What's up, my man? How's
I was
Mr. Blaze
rocking.
this morning? Yeah, you gotta rock sometime. Look at you rocking your VeeDads shirt over there.
Dancing green. I was out of town, and everyone's okay. We're doing okay.
Nice, man. We hopped on the phone last night. What time? Nine? Was it nine something? I forget what time it was. It was like eight something. You guys were all over the place. You guys were busy doing family things, out and about.
Since it's Halloween, can I tell you a horror story?
I want you to try and scare me.
Okay. So we went to Target yesterday. Actually, okay, sorry. Once upon a time, there was a dad and his three kids, and the next day they had three birthday parties to go to. Two from school, one a family party. And so they had to go to Target, the most overly stimulating place on earth, uh, where there's always like 15 people stocking the shelves and like three cash registers open. Um, and we get there, and like the kids just scatter in all directions. One's looking at Hot Wheels, the other one's looking at these like Unicorn Academy dolls, and the other one's like trying to rip the video games are on cords, and Bryson's trying to like rip the video game off the cord. And I lose my phone, freaking out. I go to my car. I come back. It ended up being by the Hot Wheels because Brody wanted to pick out a Hot Wheels. And then I'm freaking out. My adrenaline's high. I'm like, we got to get out of here, guys. We got to get out of here. So I end up spending $100. We get home, and I realize in all of the chaos, I only bought one gift out of the three. So now we have to figure out how to acquire two more gifts today because just wild. They're just animals. Taking three kids anywheres should be illegal. I was trying to make that a story that was not me, but it was me. It was me. It happened to me, but we're okay. Um, but the silver lining, even though I try not to be a silver lining person, Bryson wanted a video game yesterday. I knew it was $20 cheaper at Walmart because I watched the internet, and they price matched it. So there you go, save $20. No big deal.
Should we be going to you to find the deals and the steals?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Nice.
Clipper, and my wife said that's such a waste of time, but I just like clipping coupons.
Is there what's the bigger rush? The saving money aspect, like feeling like you're kind of getting one over on people that are trying to scam you here, or do you feel as if it's the rush is just buying the game itself? Like, are you does it doesn't matter. You just want to have the clipping. You just want to save the money. You want to like throw it in the cashier's face and be like, done. Look, you're not going to get me.
I think it's just like feeling that I'm part of this like a club of money savers because it's like it was it was like knocking on the door and dropping the secret code of like, hey, like, do you guys price match? Yeah. Check out Walmart. This game's $20 cheaper over there. Oh my gosh, you're right. Let me call my manager. Bro. Then he comes over, click, 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 click. There was like 15 other people there, just like jaws. No, there's no one there. And the Target was well staffed with the cashiers, so I don't want to bash Target. So there you go.
Oh, good. I was worried. I was afraid we were going to get sued here. Because it can happen sometimes. Who knows? Where so is Target the place to go for these things? Do you think Target is the better spot to go to?
Um, well,
Because I feel like Target has a feeling like it's a little bit more elevated than Walmart, as people know, right? We have Target. We also know that I feel like if a kid gets lost in Walmart, this is just my first feeling. Walmart feels more chaos. So if I really were to lose a child in Walmart, I don't know what the outcome would be. With Target, I'm like, I don't know. I feel safer. I don't is that weird? I'm just thinking about this now. I never thought about this before.
well, between the Targets that I've gone to and the Walmarts that I've gone to, Walmarts have had always greater police presence. So if you need that police presence, I'm assuming there's more chance of a crime. Um, they do have like those YouTube videos, like the people you see at Walmart. You don't see the videos of the people you see at Target. And something to just think about: Walmart doesn't take Apple Pay, so you have to like consciously remember, like, oh yeah, I have a wallet and physical cards. So there you go.
Yeah, that is. I feel like the Apple Pay thing would definitely make me need to get away from going there. Video game. What was the video game?
Oh, Mario RPG. It's like a game from the 90s that I never got to play, so it's like great for me. My son's already watched somebody play it all the way through on YouTube, so I don't know why he wants to watch me play it now, but
Yeah.
whatever. I'm cool with it.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna
feel like
share.
I haven't been a huge video game guy before, so I don't know always much about them. Uh, my computer is like stalling, and it's so hard right now to kind of move around and get things done at the moment. So we
Well,
have that. Anyway, let's drop some gratitude if we have it, guys. What do we have for gratitude? The couch, also known as our chat. You guys let us know because we'd love to share the gratitude if these things are gonna walk around. Um, I think that a Blaze family style TV show would definitely be pretty interesting. I think it would also be awesome. Would you want your family on TV, Blaze?
oh yeah, I don't. At this age, yes. If ever my daughter was like, this isn't for me, I'd respect that. Hold on one second. Saturday, jump in. I need to start sharing out more. I think there's so much to talk about. I want to get the Meta glasses that Cowabunga has. Can you stream on X through those? Does anyone know?
That's a good thought. I saw Anne got them as well. And what would you use them for? What is it that like is it making coffee in the morning? Like Robbie always does really well with showing us his morning routine. I feel like I could definitely see Robbie wearing those glasses. What are you gonna wear them for?
Uh,
Interrogations?
I would have streamed us playing video games last night. I would use them to like record Brayson's like lacrosse practices. Funny story. We went to lacrosse yesterday. It was canceled. I just know the email, but we just stayed and played soccer and played on the playground. And it was like fun.
Hmm.
That's like, man, I wish I could have like recorded this. I mean, I took a picture, but like us playing soccer and stuff like that.
I would just like to see what kind of comes out of it. I feel like I would do some cooking stuff, but I think I would just want to walk around and then follow. Sounds so creepy now. I would want to walk around and just follow people and then see what interactions would actually happen. I'm gonna
And
stop it there because I don't know what else I'd do.
I think it would be cool to have the kids wear them too, like from the kid perspective, you know?
I like this better. This is a better idea.
And if you think about it, people are always like sensitive about having their kids on film. But if your kids are the one filming, you're the one on film. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be interesting. Jason, what are you going to use your Meta glasses to watch or stream or see or record?
That's a good question. Do you guys remember those glasses? I think it was like the first version of the Google glasses back in like the maybe 2010s,
Yeah, I remember.
where it's like you had to navigate the browser with like your eye movements. Do you guys remember that?
Uh huh.
I remember the only place I saw that was on the Daily Show, and it was like a bunch of kids that had them on, and like you would be having a discussion with somebody, but it's like their eyes were consistently like they were browsing while you were talking. And I remember like watching somebody talk, but at the same time they're like their eyes were like twitching to like navigate. I feel like that'd be annoying. I guess teaching. I would bring him into my room to teach, even though that'd probably be illegal, just to show what middle school looks like from the inside.
I'd love to see you do it. I'm all big on like watching people stream them doing art. Is it the dog paintings you do, or are they drawings?
Paintings.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see like you wear those and like paint.
I did set up a Twitch channel that I do intend to just kind of live stream me working. I haven't done it yet.
Oh, you got to share it. I'd follow it.
I don't have it yet. I haven't done anything on it. Maybe this weekend.
Oh wait, it exists. You don't have content on. Is what you're saying?
I have zero content. Follow me for more.
Do it, man. You gotta jump on. But that would be great because Blaze is asking if the glasses are going to work. If you can stream with them, it sounds like that would be the ultimate thing for you guys to be doing.
That reminds me, like 4 weeks ago, I put out that VeeDads contest raffle for getting a dog painting. I think Dom's the only one that sent me the picture of their dog.
Dom wins.
So Dom gets a picture of their dog.
Dom wins. Speaking of contests, our Daily Dads step contest is coming to an end.
Yep, last day is Tuesday. Report out on Wednesday, and I need to go back and calculate a lot of points. But with a week left, I think it has been successful.
I think it definitely has been successful. How are we rewarding people? What are we doing?
It's going to take probably a couple weeks to get these out, but I want to send everybody a VeeDads walking challenge sticker. So I'm going to create some cool stickers through Sticker Mule. I know you're creative in that regards, Ryan, if you want to make a graphic. But so I'm going to get some stickers, and then I want to do something really special for the person that walked the most, which I think we know who that is. But
it's going to be easy. I think I actually just sent an order to go get some more stickers done, so we can definitely do that. I wasn't sure if you were at the same time asking me to make something. I was like, you can definitely make it if that's what you want to do, but I'm definitely happy to make it, and I will. But we have those. We have some cool stuff that we send out, especially to some people that have been subscribing to the Twitch channel as well. So we have that all set up. It's going to be good. But Dom, I think he's sleeping. He should be on the weekend with his family because he has that. But Dom has supercharged our giveaway bucket. Someone told me they don't like the word treasure chest, so we're not going to use that. But our bucket, we just have a bucket of toys, a bucket of giveaways. So Dom had sent me a few things, so I think we're gonna have to figure out how to send some of those things out. So we'll definitely get it going on. But it'll be exciting. We have toys, we have all kinds of stuff for people that won. And Robbie, good job. Robbie now has a podcast about walking around the world. And so, of course, it's probably going to be a winner. Yeah. Well, the podcast, Robbie and I have been doing it. It's been great. It's been really fun. We've been interviewing him on a few of his thoughts as he's traveled his first way around the world, but now it's his second around the world. So Wednesdays at 12:30 Eastern is when we're doing it. So we'll see.
What's your gratitude for today?
Thanks for, you know what my gratitude is? My youngest daughter, it's like the third time she was like, Dad, play soccer with me. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, let's play soccer. I don't even know when she wanted to, where she plays soccer, how she loves it. But I was kicking the ball back and forth like inside with her yesterday. We've done this before, but like I really feel like she has this like really good ability to kick a ball for like a 3-year-old. And I'm like, we gotta sign this kid up. So I told her we're gonna go outside, we're gonna go play soccer today. Which I didn't really have that kind of experience with my oldest daughter. So I'm really grateful that my youngest daughter is like really like I didn't even tell her much about me playing soccer. So I'm like, oh, awesome. So let's go play. So I'm really grateful we're gonna have that moment today.
That's awesome.
We got a good soccer experience yesterday. Kira wanted to go up and kick around at the rec center, and there was a boys team, maybe like a year younger than her, kind of like a mix, just the team practicing because district had day off. So me and her jumped into a pickup game. We weren't like dressed for it, and it was good, but it was like she ended up not liking playing with boys, but she was the first one to score from like quarter field maybe, and she nailed a cross for an assist from the corner. It was pretty cool to see.
That's awesome. How old is she?
She's 11, so she's in 6th grade. We were playing with like 5th to 7th graders.
Why didn't she like playing with boys?
I don't know. That's kind of why she quit soccer a few years ago, but then like came back to it when she found out that like there's girls only teams. So maybe that was it. I think she just doesn't like how rough, like they play rougher and there's more body contact.
Okay.
But it's not like
sense.
so much pushing anymore. Like now it's just like strategically, pushing your body weight into somebody to get possession. But it was fun, and I had Hazel too, and she just followed me around the field and almost got nailed in the head like 3 times. But
Oh, nice. Concussions always make it.
That's how they decide the end of every story, which is the reading today. We're not POWs, but what experience what experience are we going to walk away from our from the hardships that we experience every day?
Was that your I don't know if we gave Blaze a moment for gratitude.
I think it's really cool that all of our gratitudes today are around soccer. I have so much gratitude that when we went to lacrosse practice yesterday, it wasn't like, all right, let's go home and eat pizza and watch TV. It was, hey, Dad, can we go play in the playground? And then I got the soccer ball out, and then it's like, can we play soccer? And so I was just like, so much gratitude that my kids, particularly Bryson, made a tough situation better. But he doesn't like lacrosse practice, so I think he was happier. But still a lot of gratitude for that.
In that lacrosse practice, are they wearing equipment? I think you mentioned helmets, right?
Yeah, they have helmets, elbow pads, chest pad, jersey. Yeah.
I think wearing a bunch of equipment definitely makes you feel. It's like an extension of your body that you don't really feel. It's tough. I feel like for a young kid to kind of get used to it.
Especially
but
first year, I was surprised because DeMille only had to wear goggles and a mouth guard, and then Bryson has to wear like the armor of a knight.
Yeah, girls for so long didn't usually wear even those the eye cages, and so that always looked so much more interesting. But women's lacrosse is pretty feisty, more so I think than like men's lacrosse. Like I know men's lacrosse, like you're checking and all that kind of stuff, but like without the equipment, like women's lacrosse, like oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Oh, Lego Fest. First of all, MP's doing Lego Fest this weekend, and yesterday he mentioned this, and I was like, where is Blaze?
I was thinking about it last night. I was like, I still need to stream and build this robot Lego dinosaur, but it's Brickfest because copyright.
Oh, okay.
But I want to see Meta Glasses would be great at Brickfest. Soggy, what's up, man? Good morning.
Soggy, you want to drop some gratitude? I know recently Soggy posted something about missing the gratitude portion, but if you have gratitude, let us know. We are running, I think, a little bit late at this point about talking. Jason tried to transition us over to the the actual reason that we end up being here sometimes.
Oh, you got some?
I failed.
Oh my goodness, everybody has it. Everyone has the glasses. I feel like I need the glasses now. What are they, like 130? Is that what I saw?
Oh, I thought they were like 400. Maybe hopefully they're cheaper.
Oh. MP, how much did you pay for the glasses? Because I also love this idea of putting the glasses on the kids, but the kids would like take them off all the time, and so that would be really difficult.
Then you yell,
I don't really understand.
Don't take those glasses off. Just kidding. That's not. Nice.
I'm just thinking about it though. I think that if there was a show, or at least we watched some videos, a kid wearing those, I would entitle it lived experience. I think it would be an interesting thing because it would show the lived experience of like a little kid. I think it would
Yeah.
be really cool. One, you're going to see their point of view, like just lower to the ground, but then like how we interact with them is going to be so different. I feel like it'd be really eye-opening. I feel like maybe that's something we have to do.
I'm gonna try
Okay.
and get an affiliate link and share it on our page, and if anyone wants to jump in, because if you guys don't know, for the Daily Dads, and I might try and put out a Calendly soon. I really want to start doing micro interviews over FaceTime. I'm going to share the prototype in a little bit, but I didn't record the voices, so I had a voiceover for Ryan and I, the conversation, but that'll be dropping today. So if anyone's interested in micro interviews or you want to help with the process of trying to figure it out, we'd love to have you. And so what was the meditation today?
This month is all about resilience, and Jason hinted at it, but it's all about a it's all about Vice Admiral James Stockdale. He got shot down in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. He was a prisoner for 8 years by the North Vietnamese, and his overall story of escaping and at least overcoming the situation. It talks about just his mindset there. He said, he was the one that was in charge of his story, and there was no point that he lost faith. He says, right, he says, I never lost faith in the end of the story. I never doubted not only that I would get out, but also that I would prevail in the end and turn the experience into the defining event of my life, which in retrospect I would not trade. So he's saying that he was, I don't know, grateful for so much becoming a prisoner, but I think just the hardship, just that experience, I'm sure. So it got me thinking, and I have a thought on a story in, I guess, our life as a family about teaching our kids, like, it's up to you how you look at how the ending is going to be. Not letting someone kind of take that power over. Does that make sense? Is that a is that does that give a good recap for you?
Yeah, I listened to it. I didn't.
Oh,
It always helps to hear it out loud.
yeah.
Again, man, what a great, I always try to tell people, for my kids, it just go. I think I wish Don was here. Just like the stoicism aspect is like, what can you control? What can't you control? And you can write your story. Like any activity you do, you can choose to be passionate about it, or you can choose to be a moper.
I agree with all of it. Ryan Holiday. I always like reading the last couple sentences here, but just to kind of bring it into perspective with kind of what it really is they, like your kids, get to decide what role an event will play in their life. They have the power to write the end of their own story. Now, one thing, and I think that my wife would be okay with me sharing this because she does talk pretty openly about it, but we haven't been like really upfront with our kids so much yet with it. But I know that my wife was diagnosed with ovarian cancer pretty young, at 29, and usually ovarian cancer is not something that is diagnosed until later in a woman's life most of the time, and it's one of those things that's not usually caught. It gets usually been around for a while, and it was around for a while for her, and it was not caught by some of the doctors that were actually following her, which was a pretty surprising thing in the end. But I think my wife is a really good story for, and a good mindset for my kids, because I know, if she is someone who is very big on community, and she knows how to take care of herself. She knows how to make sure that she's doing what she needs to make sure that, she is putting herself in a position to win with people. And I don't even know if that's like the best way to say it, but I'm always impressed with it because I feel like if I had one of those hardship moments, I've always said this too, is I feel like I would become more of a recluse. I don't know if I would reach out for the support. I would look for people, but she found like the support groups, and she found the people to connect with, and she made sure that she definitely knew, how to take care of herself. And so, at no point was the cancer diagnosis something I think in her mind that was ever, end of her story. That wasn't really how it kind of came together. We kind of knew what was happening. But I think for our kids, I think that I think we hear stories of like cancer, and obviously I think death comes in to our minds. And so I think for our kids to hear, oh, mom had cancer and mom is mom today. Like she's healthy. She's, she is, not affected by the cancer as of today. So all those things I think are something that our kids can kind of live with and be like, oh yeah, okay, my mom is a good story for me to make sure that anything that happens in my life, I can be strong enough to overcome it. So that was
And
my first one.
I don't like talking about other people because I never know what people want to share and not share. But beyond all of that, isn't your wife just like crushing it in the CrossFit gym right now?
She is. She's usually she. My kids are always like, my kids are always when we talk about going to the gym. Like we always, when we're going to the gym, we never really say we're going to the gym. We're going to get stronger, or hey, mom and dad, where are you going? We're going to get stronger. We're going to get faster. And they always, uh, right now, they're like, dad is fast, mom is strong. That's what they always say. So I'm like, I could outlift your mom. I never say that, but I'm always like, that's what she gets. So yeah, no, she is killing it. She's hitting PRs all the time. She feels really good about it.
It's awesome. It's almost at the hour, but I know that me and you were talking about X monetization. Do you just want to stay on and keep going, and people can leave, or we don't have to do that conversation here? But I thought it might be fun.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. That's totally okay. Can I ask though? I know we're almost at the hour again. Is there anything in your life that you feel like you had to step up and make sure it wasn't like defining the end of a story, or anything that you kind of connect with the meditation today?
I think this kind of answers your question, but kind of not. But like, my salary is half of what it was 3 or 4 years ago, and so I sometimes get like butthurt because I think that's for a lot of people, and I'm trying to get away from it. Is like that's like a big defining factor. Like how much money you make defines like what you can and cannot do with your family, what you can and cannot have in life. But there's so much you can do without money. Like, I mean, it costs us $130 a month to do this, but still, like relatively, that's not like I'm not selling my house, my car. And so I think just remembering like the good or what I can do in life isn't defined by like that salary. And there's other ways and it also has brought to my attention, there's other ways to make money other than, my 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever it is. So, I think it kind of fits in there, but kind of not. But so that's what me personally working on.
I think, and maybe a little tangent there. It's so you are still working on it, is what you're saying.
I'm still working on being okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that is definitely a hard thing because it's. Do you feel like your salary defines you though?
No, I just think like sometimes I see like, well, I've worked so hard for X amount of years, and I see other people in some of the old positions that I used to be in. I'm like, man, like, do I miss it? Yeah, but I also like wasn't present with my family. I wasn't working out 4 or 5 days a week. I wasn't jumping online with my friends every day. I wasn't getting good sleep because I was constantly getting texted and called in the middle of the night. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it also plays into what we talked about a few days ago. I forget when it was, but the idea of how like, someone's title or someone's education at the college that you went to is really going to be, it's not going to define really who you are. And I don't think a salary should either. But I think that thinking that a salary comes along really quickly with, say, a more prestigious school or just some like letters after your name, it's like, I think for our kids, just trying to tie it back, I would hope my kids realize that letters after your name should not equate to status or a financial outcome. But that it's only like if that's what you decide to do, that it's only going to be something that can help you, maybe help the world in some kind of way. And that whatever comes after that is like that's up to you. But like the letters, the school things don't define it either because yeah, I just want that. I want them to not think that education controls them. I think it's going to be important.
I think
Anyway, good stuff.
that's a great point. That'd be a great conversation sometimes. I feel like whenever I come on, we always have some good point that we run out of time talking about. But like
It's our MO.
if say it again.
I said it's just our MO.
Yeah. Yeah, school, like if I had known back then like what goes into the actual education, that's only like the first 1% of what you're going to do. I might have made like some more like other decisions. Like even where I'm at now, like how many twists and turns and dead ends you find as you're doing the thing that you think you're going to do. And then maybe sometimes like even change it sometimes, I don't even know if that's something that would just be lost on like that generation of kids who are like graduating college, like guidance counselors. They never told me any of that. They just told me, yeah, let's get some applications in. The rest is up to you. It is you're making your own story. But like, those letters that come after your name, I do not have letters after my name. But like, that's kind of like just the icing on top compared to everything else.
Yeah, I hear you.
I know we're over, and if anyone has to go. But Soggy had a really good gratitude. I overthink things a lot as well, and I just think it's such a powerful message that Soggy was talking about with like when you have these people that'll actually like listen to you, because there's so many people that are like, oh yeah, tell me what's wrong, and then 30 seconds in you can already tell that like they checked out, and it's like, MFR, like don't ask me how I'm feeling if you're not going to listen to me. But then it just highlights even more those people in your life that are like actively listening, making suggestions, and carve out that time for you, which is just awesome. So it sounds like you do have some of those people in your life, Soggy, so that's awesome. And I overanalyze a lot of things too, and I have to tell my brain to shut up sometimes. So
I'll tell
I think
you.
finding the right people. I recently realized, and Soggy, tell me if this really resonates with you, but I recently realized that for so long in my life, I felt that, well, if I live here, I have to find the right people that are going to work for me, connect with me, speak my language, understand me, want to understand me. And to be honest, it wasn't until maybe I found this community and got into it that I was like, there's a lot of people, and the more authentic that I could kind of become myself, that I was listened to more, and then that filtered out the other people, which is maybe kind of about today too, where it's if you are your authentic self, you get to decide and define like what your story actually is. But more than anything, you know, I think that the current environment that you're set up in is not does not create your boundaries, right? For you to think that those are your boundaries, speaking myself, you're only going to, keep your world so much smaller. So I don't know. There's some gratitude, not a full connected thought there, but I'm glad that you're sharing that, and I love to hear you, Soggy. So thanks for sharing everything you always do.
Here's what I noticed that Ryan, you're good at, and I think this is a great tip for listening, is you rephrase things that are said very well, which is also a really good way of keeping yourself in the conversation instead of having your brain kind of shut off. You know what I mean? Like when you're listening to somebody, like you see how your head, your face right now is totally blanking out.
Okay. Do you think I'm blanking out?
No.
Well, thanks for saying
that. At rephrasing questions and rephrasing statements so you understand it and you keep engaged in the conversation, which is a great life skill as well.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's selfish because I'm like, I'm going to take your story and create my own analogy. Excuse me while I take this moment. So, but anyway, I know I always want to kind of stick at least somewhat close to time. Actually, Jason and I had, I think, the longest Daily Dad stream the other day, which was a really good conversation. I keep saying I want to make these like breakout roundtables. Maybe I have to figure out how to get that done. Jason, maybe you can help me figure that out. We can definitely do it. But Blaze, I know that we were going to talk about some X monetization kind of stuff, which which I think could be really interesting if someone's drinking coffee and just kind of hanging out for the morning. We can definitely stay live and kind of talk about it. Do you want to do that,
Yeah.
Blaze? Okay. Let's just reset the room though, so we understand exactly where we're at, if that's okay.
Yeah. So, everybody, thanks for jumping in. Mugs with coffee, hearts of gratitude. Have the best day.
Stop it. Say it with some love.
Everybody, listen up. It's Saturday. Go love on those kids. Call your mom, call your sister, call your brother. Get out there. It's night. It's the fall weather, you know, get those steps in. And I just really, truly, hopefully, hope for you. You control your narrative. May you control that your heart stays filled with gratitude, and may your cup stay filled with coffee. But my good friend's a nutritionist, and he told me that you should drink 3 glasses of water with every cup of coffee. Did you ever say that, Ryan?
No, but I do say it with alcohol.
Okay, there you go. All right.
That sounds really hard to do.
Just so you know, there's untapped potential in this always. So knowing that you could dig deep and give that message, Blaze, we know now you're just holding out on us. Anyway, let's reset the room. Yes, we have there's definitely stuff we want to kind of talk about right now. Actually, Blaze, I'll let you do this. You go ahead.
All right.
Take it on.
You have to go too, because my wife's not here. I'm assuming your wife's there. So if you have to go do stuff, go do stuff. But we can have it as quick as short as you want.
Wait, did you just tell me to leave?
No, I'm just saying I don't like. Sometimes in the morning, like Heather's like hovering over me, like to go like do something with the kids, but she's not here, so I don't have to worry about that. So I don't want to be taking you away from your family, or you, Jason, away from your family.
Fine, I'll leave.
No one has to leave.
I can take a hint.
Anyways, resetting the room. What I want to talk about is, if anyone doesn't know, people got huge payouts from X this week. If you guys don't know, there's a monetization program through X. You have to fit like 3 criteria. I think 1, you have to have over 500 followers. 2, I think you just have to be subscribed to Premium, which is like $6 a month or something like that. But thirdly, you have to have 5 million impressions over 3 months. So I broke it down, and if you were to break that down into 90 days, that means you need 55. You need funny like 5. So you need 55,555 impressions per day to monetize. But they just completely moved things around to pay these people more. So I saw an individual that like last month, or I can't remember if they get paid out quarterly or monthly, but this one guy, his last paycheck from X was $800. And then this past month, it was like, I want to say like $4,000, $5,000. And that's just from interacting with people on the X platform. And so just, I always find it kind of cringe or ick when people are like, I just got X amount of followers. And I'm like, I don't care how many followers you got. I just care, like, are you going to continue to put out great content that I find intriguing? And so one thing that I'm just thinking a lot about is like, who doesn't want to like make money, like sharing their passions and stuff. So I think we've been talking about a lot, like VeeDads and My Daily Dads is an X first platform. So possibly when we are, because we can't turn on subscriptions until we get to 500 followers, but doing that. And then we hope to be starting like My Daily Dads community page soon. But also personally, like I'm like an onion, I have layers. What are things on my personal page that I like to talk about that I'm not sharing right now? So that's what I've been thinking a lot about.
So so can you define impression for me?
So from my understanding, an impression is just like any interaction with your post. So if like I don't I'm really big on the analytics. So if you post something and you go back to look at it the next day, it shows it you how many views it had. That's an impression. And so
Okay. Along with a comment, along with a like, along with those things too. Because obviously if they're liking it or leaving a comment, they viewed it. So maybe it's just views then.
I think it's just views, but I'd be curious to know like somebody liking it, is that an additional impression? If someone's commenting on it, is that an additional impression? I don't know the answer to
Yeah.
that. Or if it's clearly looking at views. But what I do know is
Does anyone
that
else know in the chat? We can always go to the chat too if anyone understands. Oh wait, here. So Soggy is mentioning here. He says you can get those interactions easily. I was working towards that. I simply was the first to comment something related to the. Okay, so I've also Blaze, you've also said this too. Be the first to comment, right? Which is something you did with even Ryan Holiday stuff. I think you tried to make it a an alert to the topic a lot on ESPN posts that get huge views. Okay, yeah. So I guess there's certain things to comment on that are probably going to get more views and helps fudge the interaction number. Okay, got it. Interesting.
I've been trying that with Ryan Holiday, but I don't think Ryan Holiday likes or comments on anybody else's like posts. So
I think he schedules them and then just doesn't do anything with them.
yeah. So I think like from that regard, like the number one thing you can do is turn on notifications for big accounts and try and be one of the first one to comment on people, because then people will like comment on your stuff. And like they always so comments help the algorithm though. So any post that you do, the more comments you get, the more times people are going to see it. So the number one thing you can do to jump that is if someone ever comments on one of your posts, reply as soon as possible, because then you get like multiple threads and conversations going from one post. Um, and like the crazy thing is like when you get a big account like VeeFriends, Gary V, VeeFriends Cards, when they comment on your post, like it just suddenly just skyrockets because the algorithm's built around like the bigger following you have. And if you comment on something, it shows it to more people. So that's always like that's crazy too.
So there definitely is a quality over quantity kind of thing here because you can just keep commenting. You can be, a reply guy. And I think that you can muddy the waters around like what your content actually is. I'm doing this a little bit for myself to kind of ground it, but there is and Craig, I highlighted your stuff here just so we can talk about it. Craig says you don't even need to be the first to comment. You just need to add something valuable, which is kind of why I started to say this as a comment, so it gets views, likes, and comments, which I think is incredibly important and a good reminder. This is like the monetization aspect. I think when we talk about it, it's like, oh, are they just chasing money? Well, yeah, I think someone is chasing money, but there's a podcast I listen to. His name is Chris Harder. He's in business. He's a business coach, whatever else it is. But I always like his message when he says, like, they always talk about money mindset. I think people get afraid of money. I think getting money in certain ways people think is a bad thing, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I think he likes to say, gonna forget it now, but basically along the lines of like, if you can make money and you making money is going to help you better the world, like why would you want to stop yourself? Why wouldn't you want to take those next steps? And so I always think it's a really good reminder. So if X monetization is that, because I think some people can look at it as like, as Blaze's words are used here, as like ick or something. I think it's important to kind of be like, hey, if the message of either VeeDads or VeeFriends or Blaze and his love of Legos. So I think it's important. I'm kind of saying this for myself a little bit. So anyway, that's my thought right now.
Well, I mean, I would love to make enough money where I can quit my job or do work part time and just do VeeDad stuff, like do a bunch of micro interviews, work more on a newsletter, plan events. Um, maybe there's a dad mentorship thing we could do. I don't know, but
But there's a purpose behind it. It's not you
Yeah.
just being random reply guy just for the hell of it, right? So
But what I do think about is from the monetization aspect, like it's all about like analytics. Like they're trying to make it so the monetization, it's just not like you replying like, hey, hey, hey to all these big accounts, but they're really looking for like valuable content. And so I don't know how they read that or value that. But to me now, getting monetized on X means like you're adding valuable insights to conversations. And I think Craig and Sug, you're talking about that and echoing that in the chat as well. And so I think it's just I love X. I probably have a problem and need to like limit my time on it. But I love all like the different conversations. I can't believe it took me this long in my life to like realize how much fun X is. But
this is too talking about like point of view stories. Jason's muted, thankfully, right now because who knows what he's saying.
Jason,
but I think he's purposely doing it.
Oh.
What was I going to say though? What was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say now about it was monetizing things. Oh, I was going to say this. We were talking about the like POV, the point of view stuff. Like I think this is a good beginning of the story of VeeDads or individually Blaze's way to start to monetize on X, and I think it's a good thing to bring in here to show because Blaze, if you don't know, bringing it to Daily Dads has always just, when we first had some conversations about really creating this and doing this daily, even, I know Blaze was really big on, he's like, I just want my kids to be able to look back at my story and know that I was, putting stuff out there and that this is just like, it's like a video journal or something they can be really proud of. And I've always loved that thing that he said. And that's where he's kind of gone with it. So this can be, I think, like a good start. I think that it's like dirty to talk about making money and monetizing on X and all this kind of stuff. So I would like to make it more of a regular conversation because it is about connection. It is about mindset, right? So it's like all of us maybe together as fathers, as dads, as parents, as just individuals, because I love that Soggy's here. He's not even a dad. And I love that he's here for that, right? Because we're all VeeDads. But the idea of Blaze putting this out there, and I think not letting the conversation around money or monetization or anything like that be taboo anymore. So I hope that Blaze can run with this and really give us a good, like a valuable lesson on this. So anyway, I'm hoping I'm empowering this moment because I'm selfishly knowing that it's also going to benefit me. So
choo choo, jump on the train.
Are
you trying to talk for real or no?
I've been muted the entire time.
Yeah.
Back to what Blaze was saying about, I mean, I'm not obsessed with Twitter, whatever this is now. I just jumped back onto it for the first time in years. I'm Daily Dad's newest follower. I just followed Dom.
Oh, nice.
It is completely different than the last time that I jumped on. But it is, it's like immediately engaging, it seems like.
You definitely create what you see. So
yeah. Well, if anybody wants to join me on like a reintroduction to Twitter, let me be your guide. There's so many things to click here. So many
What's
buttons.
your name on Twitter?
What is it?
It's Motor Totem, isn't it?
I think I have a Motor Totem. I think I have a Savage Cabs. The one I'm currently on is, what is it? What is my name?
I don't know, but I've tagged you in a bunch of stuff. So whatever you're on, you should see something on there.
JAY_Turner19. So I don't even know how many accounts I have, but apparently I've had them since like 2012.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah, I guess I'll jump into this maybe.
So Blaze, what's like a good takeaway you think for us to walk away with if we're looking to kind of monetize things and spread a message, whether it's, I think VeeDads has a great message, right? So we want to be able to make money to spread the message even further, and that could be a really great thing with the monetization. What's the next step? What do we have to do?
I think the next thing is like, I mean, for us or anyone else, like if you want to monetize on X, I think it's being like an X first platform like not TikTok, not Instagram, not Facebook. I'm curious what Gary would say, but it also makes me think of going back to like day trading attention. Like people are getting monetized for day trading attention. Um, and then my other thought is just like, can we have greater conversations? So I always think like, because I'm always thinking like, and I think we've talked about it, I think 30 minutes is great for the morning, but it's also like, man, there's so much more we could always talk about. So I'm curious, like, can we start our community page on X and then have a daily question from the meditation and just kind of have like a more in-depth conversation with people throughout the day? I think that'd be very helpful for me. And then personally, just sharing more because videos play a big place in it too. Um, and so I really want to do something with comic books and X-Men where I do like reviews. Because I put up this post a couple months ago that was like, what do you think I should be making more content about? And if you comment, I'm going to comment from what I know about you and what I want to see content from you. And somebody said that, remember when I used to do book reviews? I haven't done a book review in a while, but someone was saying I should do more book reviews. And I'm like, I should just do a bunch of like X-Men comic book reviews. That'd be fun for me. And I think it would fill my cup a little bit. But also, I think I'm overthinking it. Whereas like, okay, well then I need to like do some clip art and like point to it and be like one of those newscasters where I could really just take a picture of the cover, say video and comments, there's spoilers, and go from there. So those are my thoughts.
I think whatever's going to be able to tap your mind and speak openly about it. Because even if someone is watching you talk about an X-Men comic, they're not just taking away the X-Men comic. Like people aren't going to listen to what we say and only take away things about parenting, right? There's things here that's like it's all about life anyway. So I think that you're only holding yourself back if you're not doing that. Which is again a great reason to be pushing more content out and then along with it becoming monetized for it. But if anything, what's hitting my mind really quickly is the idea what you're saying is all about bringing quality and making sure that that quality is really what's supporting the monetization versus just the volume of messages, right? Or the volume of putting out contradictory statements or argumentative statements. Like it's not that. So I fully hope that we can keep this conversation going. We have to end it now, but making sure that we can almost use this as a an example of what other people can do.
I know that you've been doing like with health dads and stuff for your own personal account, like Food is Fuel. Is there conversations that you want to be having or would like to grow? Or if you were going to do, and I do feel like you do a fair amount of like Food is Fuel content. If you were to do even more, what would that look like for you?
If I was doing more, I think a better way to approach that question is if money wasn't a factor. If money wasn't a factor and I could put out all the content that I would want to, I would dump every bit of content that I have on people. And I would really want it's all what this is. It honestly is like everything. Like I wear my heart on my sleeve, and so anything that I want to put out there is currently what I really believe in and what I want to really talk about. So, if anything, if I could do anything, it would honestly be about making parents feel confident that they understand how to take care of their not only like physical health, but their mental health as well, and how that's going to affect their kids, and then how to have their kids feel like if money was not a factor, and I say that because there's so much time that's spent on current clients and all that kind of stuff too. So no, it's like I think it would just be a higher volume and deeper quality of what I'm currently doing. Does that answer your question?
I think so, yeah.
So it wouldn't be much different. I think it would just be able to take a lot more time to do that. So, but yeah.
Love it.
But good. That's a good takeaway. It's a good reminder for me. I think just getting, I don't know. I got to be honest, please. I feel as if a lot of what we're doing is still in line with, I think it's just giving a little bit of fuel to the fire of what we're already doing. It's like, okay, I think it's time to take the next step, right? In terms of putting a different kind of bit of content out, which is good. He just rage quits all the time and we don't know where he goes. So it's really
It's
confusing.
probably something. Well, I have very little to add to all this because I'm just enjoying listening at this point. I really enjoy your mission, Ryan, and I really appreciate you introducing me to it. And I hope to be able to add to that fire.
All right, can you finally answer the question though? What is your name on X?
It is J _Turner 19. JAY _
Got it.
Turner. Don't forget to slap that like button, folks. Follow.
Can you please go? Can you go find Soggy? Can you go find Craig? Can you find Nath, who is Brumby Wild? MP.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing since
you
you
have to
guys
run
were
through.
talking with each other.
Do that.
Is like connecting with all these names that are on the account.
All right, good stuff.
Watch.
All right.
Monetized in like a month.
Say it again.
I was just saying, watch you be monetized in like a month.
Guys, I retired from teaching. Not really.
All right.
Well, Jason, I feel like you can monetize just by doing the art. I think you should walk. I think by the what's the date? 12th. I think by the end of the year. No, I think by the end of November, you should be having at least weekly content of art.
I always appreciate you telling me to do that. I, like many others, just have a really tough time making time to get online and do all this curating. Like that's the worst part about trying to, make money off of art is the business side of it. That's just something I've always struggled with. If you go back to college, the one thing I wish that I had done, and my advice to any young artist, is please take a business course, even if it's just like Business 101. I really wish I had done that and had the foresight back then to do that.
Business classes didn't really do much for me either, though. I think I've learned so much more just by following other business owners in my space.
Well, yeah,
but still, it's a good message. I'm sorry. I'm definitely not trying to give a contradictory. No, I'm not trying to say no. I'm sorry.
Were you thinking about MySpace?
Did I say MySpace?
Me?
No, Ryan just said MySpace. You do stuff on MySpace?
Oh, no. It's MySpace. You know what? MySpace was the best to find like indie music artists. I used to love finding new music through MySpace. It was the best. And I miss it now. So I'm becoming nostalgic. No, I meant MySpace as in my industry.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. I gotta go feed kids though.
Yeah, we should go. All right, guys. Mugs and hearts.
Right, just blaze.
How do I get a balloon? How did you get balloons?